Hi everyone, it is Amanda Munchies and we are here late but live for the Bud Show, kind of typical here in Strono World, with phenomenal women that are going to tell you all about their journey and also about what they're doing today. So I am really, really excited because some of these faces you may know and some of them you might not. So hopefully we'll get to introduce you to some new faces and you'll get to learn some good stuff on our show tonight. I want to say that this is season 2, episode 50. We're going to be starting all over next week with season 3, so we won't have these issues anymore. Yay! With that being said, before we get started real quick, I just want to let everyone know that we are at Look at Mountain Lab, sponsored by Undo. So if you don't know, go get yours. And also the Bud Card. Again, if you don't have it, www.thebudcard.org. You definitely should go get it. And then we're just going to get started. So we're going to start to my right, and we're going to flip-flop, and then we're going to answer questions and go back and forth tonight. And then on our second half when we come back, we're going to play musical chairs, and the three of you are going to change up your order. So let's go ahead and start with my right and tell our wonderful audience who you are and a little bit about where to find you and just a brief snippet about what, who you're here representing tonight.
Okay. My name is Donna, or you can also know me as Muffy.d.
75 names everyone has.
Yes, we do. And you can find me right now through the Etiquette crew. You can go onto Instagram. We are putting out a calendar for some little gatherings, just some self-healing and getting to know each other. And you will just see us posting all over the place. So.
And what is your tagline for Etiquette Crew?
That I'm a fucking lady.
Yes, I love it. Can't wait for summer.
Fucking lady.
Say it louder.
I'm a fucking lady.
Yes, she's awesome.
She's a fucking lady, yeah.
She loves it. And we're all fucking ladies, which is the point, right?
Yes, and that we went through it, and we are still trying to show up as ladies.
Yes.
I love it. So,
I love that.
yeah, we'll dive more into the Etiquette Crew and learn a little bit more about what you're doing and what you got coming up, and also a little bit more about your journey. But let's meet our other guests before we do so. So, yeah, who we got here in the middle?
I'm Esauce, you guys.
Esauce.
Esauce, yeah, Esauce CBD TV.
So what do you do? Tell us a little bit. Where can we find you? So first, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Esauce Boss. Boss spelled like sauce with a B, so B-A-U-C-E.
Oh, I like it. Different.
Yes. And then on YouTube, Esauce CBD TV.
I love it. I love it. And then you have something. We're not gonna have you break it out yet. We have a surprise in a little bit, so stay tuned.
Esauce
show us something. We're excited. Yes. And then all the way down on the end, so far from me. Get over here. Who are you?
They call me Phunsiz, and it's not just because I'm 5 foot, because everything I bring, it just is good times and it's a lot of fun, and I have a lot of experience with as far as music, I'm an artist, I draw, I'm tatted, and right now I'm part of the Brown Girls, which right here, Esauce, we part of. It's a movement of females, and you can find me at on Instagram, PHUNSIZ, Facebook, same thing, PHUNSIZ, Spotify, PHUNSIZ, so it's not that hard. PHUNSIZ, just type it on Google, all my stuff. And I got music, basically, it's for the hype, but honestly, right now I'm focusing on, something more deep and personal. But like I said, you can look me up, PHUNSIZ, Brown Girls. Yeah. You know what? And I'm here.
Super excited.
Yes.
And you performed at the Hip Hop Fest.
I sure did.
Hip Hop Fest, right? So we love our AZ Hip Hop community here in AZ. Shout out to Support District Radio and also Icon Radio. We love all of our people that we know that are here representing, right? So we appreciate them very, very much. And we love our Support District Radio family. We do a lot with them. Over the summer, if you ladies don't know, if you're ever free on a Sunday, we do Hydrate the Homeless. We'd love for you to come with us as we deliver water. So just saying, it's a couple months away, but it's going to get here soon.
It's going to get hot ASAP.
Yes.
Very much needed too.
All right, so let's just dive into a little bit. Before we talk about where y'all are at today and what y'all are doing today, I always like to get a little bit personal with my guests. So there's 3 of you, and I want to be respectful of time and everyone's story. So what I'm going to ask is that you start not necessarily from the beginning. This might be hard, but you start your journey from where cannabis came in. Okay. So we want to hear your story, and if you need to give like a minute or 2 recap on like how cannabis all of a sudden got there, that's cool. But let's have the starting point be when cannabis came into my life.
Okay.
So you're gonna start your topic with when cannabis came into my life, all right?
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. So this time we're gonna start at the far end. We're going
Yes.
fun size
On the left.
Yes.
I love being in the middle.
So it's funny, is like I was actually a really bad kid when I was young, and I was just that type, like I would just like, hey, I'm down, like, and I remember that some friends, this was my first time smoking, right? And then they were like, we were before school, and they were like, hey, hold this Easter egg, and it had bud in it, right? And that was my first time, and I'm like way too fucking high, and you could obviously tell it's my first time. So I had the Easter egg in my pocket, and I get called to the principal's office, and yeah, and she opens. I remember like the guidance counselor opened the egg, and she's like, woo, like so her face was just like what? Because it was some chronic, but I didn't even know what chronic was at the time. I just knew like. I was like screwed, like I got weed, so I got expelled. But ever since like,
Wait a minute, your first time out?
I swear,
That's rough.
I was rough, and it was my birthday. It was on March 29th. It was on my
Who
birthday.
handed you the egg?
Who
handed you the egg?
Yeah, it was really messed up because then I had to go to an alternative school. But then I was with all that kids, and I got to learn about blunts and joints and I was like,
Then you got taught the real.
Then I was real tall. I was really
happens?
balancing game, but that's how it started. It all started with my birthday, a little bowl, and then an Easter egg, and then me being just like kicked out of school, and it was just crazy because I was like, but I just remember like the feel, like it's just like I just like connected with it because I have a lot of like, even as a kid, I had a lot of anger and like a lot of, they diagnosed me with bipolar, so when I smoked, I just remember just feeling like just chill and laughing. I like to laugh, so it was like. So I connected with it, and then from there I was like, it was worth it. It was worth it.
I love it. I never heard of an Easter egg.
I know.
She
opened it in her face, so like like what's that thing when you like they crack it, like when people are like like.
I'm imagining, except for my face.
Like when
I was like, okay, you're expelled. This is going to the floor. Yeah, I'm taking this home. We're not going to report this child, but this is very bad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that was my first time. It was crazy. But
well, and also, but that brings up a very good point of cannabis and on school grounds, which even at colleges can be, you can get in a lot of trouble, even if you have a medical marijuana card. So I think like the fact that happened to you definitely is not a good thing in any capacity, but like that is also an eye-opener, hopefully not just to you but other people, about like how serious it can be. And like I said, even on school grounds, like college campuses, if you get caught with cannabis, especially if you do not have a medical marijuana card, you can get in a lot of trouble. And even if you do have a medical marijuana card, depending on the school, you can also get in trouble. And I think again, we sometimes feel protected with our card. And I just learned at Miss Parisa Rad's event, way to go, with AZ Hemp Health, that I think a lot of the times we feel like we have our card, so we're safe places, right? So if you're in a parking lot though and you're medicating and the cops pull up, the fact that you have your card is now out the window because you violated the law that isn't covered on your card. So the fact that you have your card doesn't matter. So these are things like, we think we're safe when we're in a parking lot, outside the restaurant, before we go in, medicating real quick. I mean, we're taking risks, right? And so risks that as a kid in high school you didn't know about or realize, and I don't think anyone can hold you accountable.
And the craziest part of it all was like once I got put on probation for that, and once I was in the system, like I never got out. It actually led to me like, and I wasn't really doing a lot of other drugs, but since I kept coming up dirty for weed, they eventually ended up sending me to like it's like called Black Canyon. So I got committed till I was 18, and I only had like weed charges. But back in the day, it wasn't like how it is now. So I literally spent like most of my like childhood in juvenile and in prison for fucking weed.
For fucking weed. If you haven't been
this is a I mean, I'm 28, so this was like
Oh my God, you look like a baby. I hate you right now. The fact that you just said you're 28, I thought you were like 21, 22 this whole time. Definitely am hating you a little extra. Just saying. Her face is like perfect. There's no lines or wrinkles yet. So, but for anyone who hasn't been there, it's no joke. I mean, and you're not. Yeah, because you're in there with, so let's just be real. There's some girls in there that are some serious fucking, like, reason for some for some real shit.
Exactly.
Right? And then there's you, little fun size.
Right.
Oh my gosh. For some weed. Like,
some weed.
Yeah, I mean, I can just only imagine. And again, I mean, I've been inside. I've actually been inside, not as, I wasn't here when I was that young, thank God. But I did some work inside, and so it's serious shit. And the way that they treat you, I mean, it's definitely, as a kid, you think you don't have rights at home with your parents running your shit. You got no rights there. I mean, you're literally told how to walk in line, how to hold your hands, right? I mean, like, the girls had to always have their hands, like, in front of them. Or
a lot of having, like, you can't let anybody, like, you just, like, come up and you think that everyone's, like, come, like, after you. Because, you know, in that mentality in there, you feel like everyone's, like, after you. But, like, I smoke a lot of weed, so I'm really chill.
Yeah.
You know, so then, like, you just gotta, like, get taught a different way, and it just brings on to your adult life, which takes you into more trouble.
How much healing stuff were they doing with you? Like
yoga,
meditation,
not much.
You know, any type of.
I was in drug classes, and like I was the only one. Everyone's like on, like, you know, and I've been to other stuff, but like
and drug classes for weed, by the way, which is awesome.
I know, right? And I'd be like, I'm here for marijuana, and like it was just crazy. Because as a teen, that's just how it was for me. I mean, I dabbled a little bit, but that was like my biggest thing. They kept violating me for weed. But it just kind of like, you feel like, I'm just like, I smoke, like, I'm not beating anyone up. Like,
right.
No,
and now you
chilling.
get to get a car. Like, now legally,
yeah,
you
like now you
get a
get
car.
So I feel like they should
expunge your record.
They should be able. You should be
That's
able
our
to.
state.
That's
so
our
we keep
state.
talking. So that goes. So as we talk about cannabis,
Yeah.
the things that like
Should
so,
be.
but now that's decriminalization. So everyone's talking about legalization, and the thing that I learned here on this show is that as much as many of us are for legalization because we think it's a great thing, at this point in the state we have legalization, we have medical legalization, and in my opinion, what we should be fighting for is decriminalization.
Yes.
We should be finding out ways to wipe records clean. Are you allowed to vote?
Well, Jenny, check this out. So my felony right now, my one
you
felony
can't vote.
is for weed.
And you can't vote, right?
I can't. I have a felony for weed.
So she can't vote.
I can't.
That's
I have
a
a felony.
no.
I can't even work at a
Weed,
dispensary
right.
or get like
For
a
cannabis,
governor.
for
government
plant medicine.
Because I have a weed charge.
So this is crazy, and so the fact
Wild
that,
on.
but not only is she not only are you a felony for that, we now live in a world in a society where people, a lot of white men, let's just be really blunt about it, are profiting a shit ton off this beautiful, wonderful plant, and yet you're still having to live with and deal with the repercussions. And so those are things that we on this show hope to start conversations about, and we hope that you think about, and that when there's opportunities in our community to do decriminalization events, which there are, it happens once a year.
Right.
The Coffee Co helped put it on this year. There's stuff coming up with Sonia Ramirez that Hempful Farms putting on. There's things coming up to help, and it takes people like you, and I'm not trying to be an asshole by saying this, but people like you who've been through the system to stand up and say, hey, I'm a regular fun-sized girl who just wants my rights back, right?
Yeah,
I want my rights back.
I don't want to be a felon anymore.
Right.
For some weed.
For a plant that now people are making
holds me
money
back.
off of,
It
right?
holds you back with
Absolutely
everything.
holds you back.
It really does.
Absolutely hold you back. The second you have to fill out a job application, you have to put yes if you're a felony. It holds you back. And it doesn't matter that's for cannabis, because that means that the person has to read beyond the yes to even care what the felony is for. And there's plenty of jobs that don't care what the felony was for. You have a felony, check, you're gone. We got 100 other applicants and they don't, right? And so this is the truth, and this is the hard. And I'm not trying to like say this like I make this like in your face or anything, just so you know. But I hope that our audience and the listeners are listening, because these are why we need to be having these conversations. This is why we have the Bud Show. This is why we have conversations, and no offense, we're not giving away shit for free, because we want you to listen and we want you to actually care about the cause, which is helping people get their rights back, which is helping figure out how to navigate this really crazy waters of cannabis, right? All right. So yeah, thank you. We'll dive into some more. Thank you.
my
Thank
story
you.
a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
I'm like over here. I'm all like worked up.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
I'm like tear in my eye. I'm ready to go fight people over this shit.
Right.
So because it's crazy,
It's
right?
real,
And
yeah.
that's you could be anybody though, right? You
Yeah.
could be me. Like I could easily have been you. I was smoking weed since I was 14 years old, 13 years old. So it's how easy that could have been me, right? I'm just fortunate to live.
Any of us.
Right. I grew up in a really small town in
young.
upstate New York a long time ago.
Yeah.
Where thank God weed wasn't like the main thing, and
Yeah.
no one was going not for a small amount or anything like that. Where I live, thank God.
Yeah.
But they did. I mean, I remember bust even when I was little. Them busting, you know, the local guy's house, and all they did was sell weed, and
Yeah.
they ransacked his shit and
Yeah.
emptied all the cereal boxes. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
this lady calling me like, cereal boxes are everywhere. Food, dog
What a
food,
waste of
every-
cereal.
everything. Dog food.
I love
Yes.
it. Like some
But the
cereal
dog
right
food, everything, because they ransacked the house, right? And at the end, they find a couple ounces or maybe even a couple pounds. But like, again, this guy wasn't selling anything else. He was
Right.
selling weed. And again, this is medicine. So
It is.
it's
Absolutely.
just, you know, yeah, it's sad. All right, so what's your story?
What's the line again?
Oh,
Yeah.
Because it's been so long.
Like I was
something
searching
cannabis
cannabis.
went. Yeah, wait.
What was it?
Come into your life?
Shit, yeah, cannabis came into my life when.
Okay, so cannabis came into my life when I was also in high school. So you said I could give a little backstory. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis when I was 8 years old. So in high school, all my friends already knew I had this disease or whatever. So, but I don't let it hold me back. I was playing sports, and one of my good friends, like one of my best friends now, after softball practice, she was
Can
like,
you put her on blast? What's this?
yeah, Brianna Villa, like, I fucking love you, bitch, like, shit.
Blast her.
Okay. So, she was like, man, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yes, she
She
can.
was like,
Cuss away.
okay. She was like, man, you gotta smoke some weed. She was like, it'll make you feel good. And I was like, I have a lot of allergies. I don't
Y'all
know.
got that friend.
You know, I was like, I'm allergic to grass and pollen, and what if I die? You know, I'm like, shit. But I was like, you know what, fuck it. If it's gonna make me feel good, like at that time I was going to the hospital every 6 weeks to get an infusion, and I was on those for like 13 years. And so I was like, okay, so I'm in the back seat. It's like me, and then my other two friends, and then Brianna Villa in the front, and they're rolling a blunt. I was like, oh fuck, I'm nervous. I got my inhaler in my pocket. I got my EpiPen, and I was like, I was like, so we're cruising, you know, we're all fucking Mexicans and shit. We're cruising in the hood. Okay, so they're like, okay, so here I go. Barely breathing in a little bit. They're like, hit that shit, bitch. Okay, hold it in. Okay. So here I go, I hit it. And then I was like, I felt like I had to throw up because I was like fucking nervous. And so whatever, so I was like, stop the car, making a big scene, fucking drama queen. I didn't throw up. So I was like, okay, well, I'm high. Like, I feel fucking high. Like, thanks you guys, but I don't feel bad, so hey. So we went back to the house, ate some sandwiches, and
No.
I was fuck, dude, I was so
Not
hungry.
typical.
And, you know, I didn't get this glorious physique from not eating. So I was eating, and then I was chilling on the couch. I probably had some juice. Like, what were we drinking back then? High C? Or Tampico? Some shit. Some kind of fucking juice, you know? And I thought I was tripping. I thought I hallucinated, but I saw something swipe out of the bottom of the couch, and I was like, what the fuck was that, dude? They had a lizard, and they didn't tell me. I thought I was tripping. Like, is this weed, or did you put some other shit in it? Yeah, yeah.
Lizards running around.
That's George.
George.
That was my first time. And then after that, I just continued to smoke, and actually was doing really well with my health in high school until they changed the laws for narcotics. And then I had to start drug testing every month, and then I had to stop smoking weed. And then I got really sick.
Wait, why did you have to get drug tested? Is that something for school
For
or
pain pills.
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't have them both. It was either, well, at that time, weed wasn't medically available either.
So basically, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit lost because I don't take a lot of pain pills. So I just
Yeah.
want to clarify
Yeah.
for anyone who's listening.
Yeah.
Sorry, let's just
No,
slow
no,
down
okay.
a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So in the state of Arizona, where you live, and this might
Mhm.
be in other states as well,
Mhm.
I don't know. When
Yeah.
you're on narcotics as a
Mhm.
prescription,
Yes, as a
for
prescription.
I'm guessing,
Rheumatoid arthritis for pain.
but for any long period
Yeah.
of time, I'm guessing, right? Like not just the first
Yeah.
time they give you a
Yeah.
prescription, right? I'm
Correct.
guessing like
Like
this
when
is
you
a
see
lifelong
yes.
prescription that they're talking about for you.
Yes.
So they're gonna drug test you, and the
Every
reason why they're trying to do that, just to be clear,
Mm-hmm.
is because they want to make sure that you are taking your medicines and not
Mhm.
giving it to anybody else,
Or
right?
on anything else.
Or on anything else,
Mhm.
right? I think the
Yeah,
first
because
point
every
is
time
making
you
sure
drug
that
test-
you're not giving it to someone.
Yeah.
Well,
Every time you drug test, they ask you, when's the last time you took your medicine?
so if you're not taking your full dose,
Yeah.
then they don't know
They don't
what
give
you're
you.
doing it with. Well,
Mhm.
and if they are giving it to, so in their defense, because I don't really like this, I just want to be clear, I don't like the idea of them giving you meds and then drug testing you because they give you meds, but
Mm-hmm.
in defense, because it's narcotics and
Yeah.
they don't want people to get addicted, and
Yeah.
people do unfortunately
Mhm.
sell their prescriptions,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Now this has,
Mhm.
now they've come up with these other
Mhm.
checks and balances to try and make that not happen.
Yeah.
But the negative of that
Mhm.
is now they
Mhm.
can see if there's other things in your system like cannabis also.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if you were finding that you were able to use less narcotics
Yeah.
because you were able to use cannabis
Mhm.
and maybe function a little bit better in your
Mhm.
life, because
Mhm.
I don't know about you, but the
Mhm.
very few times I've done any type of narcotic, I am
Mhm.
like whoop-de-woo
Mhm.
out in
Yeah.
another world, not
Yeah,
in my body,
same.
can't
Uh-huh.
function. So
Yeah.
bless your heart for being on this
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah.
So you would think that people would encourage you to use cannabis and less of that, by the
Right.
way. I do understand them being a little concerned about where's the
Mhm.
leftover med, so I get
Mhm.
that. But even
Mhm.
that, I think there's other ways that you could have that conversations about.
Yeah.
If you're using less, then
Yeah.
next month we'll give you
Mhm.
less, or
Yeah,
you
right,
should
right.
have some left over. Let's talk,
Right.
like you know.
Right.
It's sad that we have to regulate things to such an extreme
Yeah.
that you can't make decisions about your own body and your
Yes.
own health that you know are beneficial to you.
To
right?
you, yeah, and like I said, at that time,
Yes, it's a business.
and at that time, so I had to just stop smoking weed, period. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even realize how much it was helping me because I was just young and like, I want to
Yeah.
smoke, I want to get high with my friends.
You're
I
not
was
looking
just
at it
like,
this way.
I really wasn't. I was just more looking at it
No,
like,
no.
I want to have a good time, you know what I'm saying? Everyone smoked weed, all my friends smoked weed. So then once I actually stopped, I realized how much it was actually helping me because I was consecutively getting worse and worse with my disease to the point where I was bedridden. And this was in 2015, 2016. So for about, I want to say for about 4 or 5 years, I was off cannabis.
Wow.
And I had got really bad. And then I actually have a good doctor. I have a good pain management doctor now. And I hope she watches this because she keeps up with my YouTube channel and everything
Are
that
you
I
allowed
do.
to say her name? Because we love when we can say pain management doctors.
Yes, her
that are
name is
pro-cannabis.
Ann Vaught at IMS Pain Management.
Okay.
So yeah, so she recommended me to start CBD.
I would love for you after the show to
Yeah.
also put that in the contact.
Yeah, for sure.
fantastic.
Yep, the comment section. That's what I was going for.
Yeah.
So keep going. She recommended.
Yeah, so
CBD.
she recommended me to try CBD, and I was like, I tried a vape pen one time. It didn't do much for me, but she was like, no, honey, you need to go get an oil tincture and just go to like a CBD dispensary and see what you can grab there. And I was like, okay. So then I went, and then I saw they had the CBD buds too, and I was like, oh my god, I miss smoking so much, like, because I still can't have a lot of THC in my system, just the legal amount, because I still am on narcotics, but I was taking.
Now you can't.
But check this out. I was taking. So right now, check it out. Yeah, I can't even smoke regular weed yet, but I am. So I'm specifically on CBD. So, but I'm on full spectrum. I smoke the CBD flower and all that good stuff. And she drug tested me, and I never come up dirty. But she was like, if you ever do, don't worry about it because I'm already weaning off my narcotics. I was at 90 a month, and then I went to 60, and then I went to 45, and now I'm at 30.
Wow.
So she's like, you know, and then once I get off, because even in Arizona, I could have my medical card, but I still can't smoke medical marijuana and take narcotics at the same time. It has to be one or the other.
What the?
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
that there's some ways that you can do it, but it's hard to find.
It's a very hard workaround, but there is
There is a way to find it.
There is verbiage that can be used to get the doctors to understand that you have to have both. And the way that it has to be phrased, if I remember correctly, and again, there's a way to check into this, and I'll see if I can find some more information, is that you let them know that during the day is when you're using your narcotics because you need to be able to do your stuff, right? And then at night is when you're using the medicinal marijuana for your sleep processes. As long as you state that it's for another use other than the pain, that helps to balance out the reason.
And I do use it a lot for sleep because I wake up every hour, every 2 hours. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have to literally break my Vicodins in half and take them every couple of hours just to even sleep.
Wow.
But now that I'm on CBD, I like have edibles and they're super great at night. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then, CBD is just like, so once I started, I've been on CBD for like a year now, a little over a year now. So I was better than before, you know what I'm saying? And 2 months in, I was able to go to school part-time. Like 8 months in, I was starting to go to work part-time. And I hadn't worked since 2013, you know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. And like, even my music, because I'm also an artist, and you can find my music on iTunes, Spotify, whatever, Esauce, one word. I had to take a break from music too and performing because I was just so sick. But this year, every month, 2020, I'm dropping a single.
We are.
So I already dropped 2 singles this year. One for January, one for February.
Hood Rich.
Hood Rich was January, and then on Valentine's Day, I dropped all the feels.
All the feels.
They're
lit too.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I love how you found ways to overcome. I think that's so important. And I think that seems to be a little bit of a theme we got going here. And I feel like I might know that the other women at the table will kind of just rally that up when they're overcoming. So I think that might be the theme of the evening is overcoming, which is amazing, right? So I think that's beautiful.
Because we're fucking ladies.
Yes. I love it. All right. So who are you, my dear? And thank you for sharing your story, by the way. And you have something that you're still going to share with us, but we're not. We're going to make you wait till the second half. We are. We're going to drop that in the second half. But yeah, so we're excited. Stay tuned. Second half, we got a secret for you. Donna, aka Muffy.d, aka leader, founder of the Etiquette crew. Hashtag I'm a fucking lady. Hashtag Goddess Gang. This girl is pretty badass. Who are you, and where did your journey with cannabis begin?
Okay, so I have the start didn't go so good, or we got like when I got into the industry where I found love.
No. When did you get? How did you get into cannabis?
Okay,
how did you get cannabis?
First time. So back in the day, you walk into the drug house, 12 years old, you're just like hanging out. First hit came from a bong, not a good idea. Spun out, puked all over myself. Felt like I was going down to China. It was like the same a drug. Okay. Go to high school. A couple years later, smoked with all the guys in the smoking area. And I'm on a gurney, getting pulled out by a freaking, sick, puked all over myself. It was laced with, I don't know, some kind of chemical. So everybody got sick.
Pesticides or something.
Yes. And so I'm wheeled out the whole high school. They think I died, blah, blah, blah. Okay. I come back resurrected. I did not die. I hit the table again. I'm sorry. And then let's fast forward. So Yilo. Yilo is where I found love with cannabis.
What year was that?
This was 2016 February.
Cool. It's about 4 years ago.
Correct.
Very cool. So Yilo, for those that are watching and doesn't know, is a dispensary.
Yeah.
So what did you do at Yilo?
I was their manager. And so when I first got there, freshly out of the shelter, just lost everything, lost my kids. I am an addict. Had 7.5 years clean recently. And thank you.
Yes!
I love that.
Yeah,
for real. I feel that. I feel that.
It's okay.
I know.
I feel that.
There's a hiccup there.
It doesn't matter.
Got to Yilo, did not try cannabis, was so scared to disrespect this plant as a drug, and saw these concentrates, and I was just like, you know you, and you know how you like them chemicals that make you feel all buzzy. So like, let's learn about her first. So the first few months, just really, these managers really took me under their wing and taught me about this beautiful plant. Started smoking, waited a little while because I didn't have my card. Took me about 8 months to get it, but definitely dabbled a little bit prior to that and found out that she did calm me. She did help me sleep. She was totally different experience. Fast forward 4 years later, you know, found out about CBD about 6 months ago. Was finding out I was medicating incorrectly. Heavy indicas every night was starting to depress me after a couple of years. Tried other flowers, but really needed to add the CBD.
Yeah.
My internal static now lets me talk. I don't have these faint outs. I don't have these intense, I call them episodes. And so to be able to know how to medicate, and then, so life hits. I moved about 4 times in the last 6 months, at the beginning of last year. Moved back in with my mom and relapsed. And so that relapse off those 2 pills fucked me up, and was like, all of a sudden life fucking hits and I can't fucking handle my shit. So I made this flyer that said, too much to discuss on a flyer, come by. And
Like that.
they just showed up. And they have been supporting and love me. I got my bravery crown on from medicated musings. And they have really just been there, supported. Yeah, this is me now because this is what therapy does. Never felt a thing for 35 years. And all of a sudden, this shelter home was my first loving, respectable home. And I did. I entrusted and I opened up, and I told them, once you start opening up, all this other shit fucking comes out. And you're going to leave me there crying a fucking mess out on the street again? And so it was just like, we learned about self-love the last 3 weeks, and I was just like, yeah, got out of the shelter, went back to old habits, but then I had this drug-induced spiritual awakening, and God came down, gave me wings, and told me to leave everybody. And I left everybody, and then, went to shelter, got to ELO, and then everything is been, you guys see the new and improved Donna. You guys, it's like a completely different life for me now.
Every day's a journey, though.
Yeah.
And that's for all of us. It's not just you. And we all want to quit sometimes. Like, let's just be real on this shit. Life is fucking
Tell me about
hard,
it.
right?
Tell me about it.
Right? I'm like, we've all wanted to quit. I love you. You're so brave. You're so strong. I love you. But I think that's, again,
I feel that.
as women, we so often feel defeated, and we live in this world where we have to be so strong all the time, and that's such an unrealistic ideology of who we should be, right? And then we build that image in our own head of this superwoman who doesn't cry, who doesn't do, right? Like, I'm on camera crying, Donna. See what you did?
People cry. It's real. That's why.
Yeah,
it's
no,
real.
of course. You know, Donna knows. I love this lady. She's a
They
badass.
helped me through a lot.
She's a badass, and you know, I think it's just important that as women, and we share these stories, that we create safe spaces and platforms to have these conversations. To say, what happened to me was, I'm talking to you, Phunsiz. What happened to me was fucked up, and it wasn't okay. But I'm gonna fucking make tomorrow better anyways. You know. Same thing for you, Esauce. Fucking having fucking rude arthritis and all kinds of shit. You didn't even fucking imagine. But you know what? Like
every day I wake up in pain all day long. You know what I'm saying? But it's like,
and people have no idea what it's like to live in constant chronic pain. Right? There's a huge segment of our population that think some of us are fucking crazy because you can't see.
Because you can't tell.
Right. All the things are around us, right?
They see me and they're like, oh, you're always happy. You're always doing shit. You're, you know what I'm saying? But then like my real like friends, like, you know what I'm saying? And Phunsiz got a glimpse of this on Saturday night. Like my body I'll just shut down. And I'll just be like, I can't.
I can tell the difference for sure.
Like I go from like, you know, I go from like my pain level. I could manage and live my life and whatever anywhere from like, I never get to like a 3 or a 2. I'm always from like a 4 to a 8. You know what I'm saying? Once I hit a 9, I'm like, I gotta lay down, you guys. Now, my body's telling me, my head wants to do all this shit, but my body's telling me, bitch, you gotta lay down now.
And you need
know
people
what I'm
in your
saying?
world world that will
that
support you and
understand that.
right?
Yeah, so like
don't get mad.
exactly. Or like if I gotta cancel a show, or if I can't make this event or whatever, like, you know, and it's hard to let a lot of people know what I really go through. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I have a really decent support group, and then like I have a lot of friends too who have been diagnosed with RA and other autoimmune diseases like lupus and just a whole bunch of stuff like chronic pain warriors. So I'm in support groups, and I try to help as many people as I can with things that I know and shit that I've gone through, and it's like it makes me feel better to make other people feel better. So that's why I even work at a CBD dispensary, because it's like
it's nice.
I just want to share this, you know, and like my YouTube channel, Esauce CBD TV, I review CBD products, I share my health journey, and like I have just just a support system that I just want to help people and heal people, and you know what I mean, and just share my story. And everyone has a story, and everybody goes through something, and it's like, it's crazy how cannabis can help in so many different ways people don't even understand.
Even clothes.
Like, you know,
you make hemp, like
clothes.
Oh,
fuel,
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, it's an amazing
it's
thing.
insane.
Yeah, better for our environment.
Yeah,
better
like,
for us. We have an endocannabinoid system. Like who knew? Our animals have this. It's not in any of the books that they taught us about in high school, but it's there.
I'm medical. How did I not know?
Right.
I was ashamed when I found out about the endocannabinoid. It was like, I've been in medicine for 5 years. No one taught me this. Nobody.
And with her, I'm not like, you know, for the Brown Girls, she had to cancel a show recently, or like, you know, the other night when she's like, I gotta go to bed, you guys can keep working. But then like I seen how she's like, you know, I was like, okay, and I respect, because like I could just, you know, but we all support her when she had to go cancel the show. It's like, hey, no worries, feel better, like we're here for you. So I feel like right now we have a really good like team, and we're there to support each other.
And sometimes I'm hard on myself, because I'm like, I feel like
I feel bad. We know
like
all the
time.
time.
Well, I know, right? I know, right? So like I feel bad, because like when I do cancel shit, I feel like I'm letting people down. You know what I'm saying? And like, oh, were they depending on me? Like, is it gonna make a difference if I'm not there? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's where like my anxiety and like depression like takes over. But I'm not on anything for anxiety and depression other than CBD, because they tried to put me on some shit one time. I don't even know what it was called. It made me feel lifeless, and I'm an artist. Like, we're musicians. Like, we create music off of our emotions. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can't feel.
I want to feel, but like, and even though I didn't have anxiety because of that pill, I also didn't feel anything, which was worse. I feel like I would just, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, by the way, when I say Phunsiz, it's did I say PHUNSIZ?
Yes.
17. Okay, because a lot of people will type in like Phunsiz, but with an E at the end, so it has no E.
Okay.
Yeah, just in case, because you did that too the other day.
Catch
She knows
that.
me, so I just want to let
Catch that.
Catch that. You did that the other day too. I was like, you know me.
My bad, honey.
It's all good.
All right, so I think before we go to break, so Etiquette Crew is a group of women that support each other.
Women for the meetings, but like we have family time too. So like we had 3 dads come out on Sunday for the tea party, like family day. It was at Little Cottage, but like we're just trying to incorporate family time. I want my son more involved, and it's really hard to bridge the cannabis and family together with kids.
It is.
And so I want to show that we are mothers, and this is our medication. They understand the meetings. We don't smoke out. You know, we go to coffee shops and have these little meetings.
Yeah, you can go an hour without medicating.
Right?
Or even 2 hours. Like,
I want to go to a coffee shop.
Yes,
Let me know.
I will. No, I got all your stuff. I definitely will.
She's
not
gonna have
lose
all
you
her
guys.
events on the What's the 420 calendar as well, right?
Oh, and then we also
she will.
We have the website too.
Oh my God.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Also, industrylives.com just got launched this year too, and that should have a lot of the information.
Cool.
And just basically saying thank you to the community and all the support that the community does for each other. So.
That's great.
And she does all this. She doesn't make any money off of this. This is just her doing this stuff out of the goodness of her heart. So I just want to point that out. Is that there's no money being made.
It's not for me. No, they help me.
You all help each other, and that's amazing. But my point is it's just women being kind to each other and supporting each other with no monetary value, which is really important. All right. So before we go to break, so Esauce.
Yeah.
So CBD. We're gonna give a little bit of a secret. So you had a line drop recently, right? Don't.
I'm not gonna say the name, but it's a strain.
So stay tuned because we're gonna bust that out in the second half, and they'll be able to get that. At the shop that you work at, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, Phunsiz, what do you got next coming up? Do you have a show coming up next? What are you in the works on at the exact moment?
Well, I did have a show on Friday. I canceled it for reasons that I'm not gonna discuss. But so I do have an EP dropping. Mm-hmm. So and that's it's like probably one of my like favorite projects. I mean, I've like done a lot of songs, but these songs I feel like they're just really deep. And
what's the name of it?
It's gonna be called Distant.
Yes.
We call Distant, and it's yeah.
Wait, so can you sing a little piece? Can
spit
or do you have a bear to play?
Yes,
what do we do?
Spit something.
And also on top of that, we got some merch. It's called Music Junkies as well, and I guess we'll tap into that the second part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can.
Alright, so it's like I've been distant. Don't like the way that I'm living, needing a mission, cut back on my prescriptions, can I get a witness?
Yeah.
Lately, I've been too distant. Lately, I've been tempted, these demons have been too persistent. Yeah, that's why I keep my distance. What? I've been crucified, left out to die. Fell out 3 times and I'm not going out. Say that the strong will survive. Don't believe everything that I hear, I don't always comply. Question what you say, cause everybody lies. Been one of them and that shit don't feel nice. Wanna believe that I changed, but yeah, I gotta think twice. Taking chances like I'm rolling the dice. I've been in motion, I'm taking off flight. See through the day, cause I live for the night. When the sun goes down, I come alive. Me and my pen and we trying to get right. I'm so low key, you couldn't pull up my sight. I don't need followers just to say that I'm like. You selling yourself with that shit overpriced. I don't play nice. My heart has been colder than ice. Things in my past and they can't be revised at times. I wish the pain subside. Yeah.
Hello. Thank you.
That's my bitch. That's my bitch.
And it kind of just goes like, and it's like, you know, it's not just like it's sad. There's some love songs. There's like some like, you know, I got the All I Want. It's on YouTube. You can look up All I Want.
No, not you can. Go look it up on YouTube. So we're going to take a medication break real quick. You're going to take a break from us as well, but you're going to go look up any or all 3 of these lovely ladies while we do. You're also going to go check out www.thebudcard.org and get you your membership because as you know, we're like the AAA of cannabis without the roadside assistance. On more than 50 businesses every month and we're adding new ones all the time. We've added some amazing ones recently, including Nug Jewelries, Peaceful Peppermint, Undo.
I need that. I love jewelry.
Oh, you don't even know Undo. We got I'm blanking. Green Compass is on there. We are just excited. We have a bunch of new companies, so we are really, really excited. Sex to Joanna with my girl Briley. We have all kinds of stuff coming up. So Sex and Cannabis. Yeah.
Sex and Cannabis.
All right. And you guys take a break. We'll take one. Talk to you in a few.